And enjoy our parliamentarian is taking names and amounts.
Oh, Tim, you should have been here earlier. The price has gone up. He's scared now.
President's deal. President's sale.
I will commit $500. Which is like 5,000 if you know how my budgets work. Okay, so that's a bit of a mite. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not a widow, but I am married to a former widow. And my favorite woman in the entire world, not just Republican or Democrat, but of the female persuasion, is standing in the back of the room. I'd like to introduce her, Rowena Donnelly. And my second favorite are all of you. And that's because you guys do the work. You are the ones who have been out there on the ground building our party, building essentially what is the foundation of freedom in our state and in our country. And there's so many naysayers right now. There's so many people who say that California has no hope and that there's no future. Unless, of course, we abandon all of our principles and abandon everything we hold dear. Well, I've never heard any time, anywhere in history, a story of how people rose to greatness by giving up what they held dear or abandoning what they truly believed in their heart to be the truth. And so, you know, I started politics by speaking to Republican women. And if any of you are here from the club in Woodland Hills, I apologize. I apologize for subjecting you to one of the worst speeches ever given in the history.
We train them.
When I was down on the border, I actually forced myself to watch this horrible, horrific 45-minute doom and gloom speech. And then I determined I would never talk that way again. Because it isn't enough for us to talk about what the problems are. It isn't enough for us to emphasize what the differences are. I just came from across the way with the Libertarian group. And I challenge them, and I challenge all of us, that we unify every single one of us that is committed to increasing freedom. Because that's the great cause. When you look at the cause of the first revolution, it wasn't so that we could have health care. It wasn't so that we could be green. It wasn't so that, you know, one business would have an advantage over another, or one group have an advantage over another. The principles of that revolution were that all men are created equal, men meaning mankind, including the fairest. And I don't think we should abandon that. I think what we should do is grow our numbers by reaching out. Now, how do we reach out? There's all kinds of different ways. And one of the things I think we need to do more now than ever is I have had the occasion to speak to the college Republicans on college campuses. Next time I go, I'd love to have a Republican woman from the area go with me so we can start recruiting some of these young people to get involved in our group so that there's a link, so that we're stronger, so that we're doing events on their campuses, because that's where the future is. The other side is there all the time. They're constantly there. Yes. But I want to tell you that when I finished speaking in the other room, it was rushing over here because I was hoping you guys hadn't left yet, because there was no way in the world. This is like, you know, the frosting on the cake for me, you know, to be able to speak to you. There was a young man that stopped me, and he said, "You came to my college campus last year."
Oh, wow.
And he showed me a card that I don't even have anymore, because my new cards say something about me thinking about running for governor. And the old one just, you know, had my tagline, "Patriot, not politician." But he said, I was out there and you came to talk to the Occupy movement. Well, I figured, hey, fair game, right? These people are upset. They probably never met a conservative or a Republican or whatever it is that, word they're trying to demonize us with lately. So why not go talk to them and ask them questions? And we had this incredible dialogue, and I would question them right up to the point where they realized that I was a Republican, and then all of a sudden they didn't agree with me. But up until then, we had a lot of things in common. We had a lot of complaints in common about government control of our lives, about bloated bureaucracy that their tuition was raised for, and all these other things. So one of the things I've introduced is a bill to reduce sales tax on textbooks. And a lot of my more conservative friends are saying, oh my gosh, you've sold out and become a liberal. What in the world were you thinking? You know what I was thinking? How many of you in here think that any of my bills has any chance of getting passed in that building? So why don't we open up a conversation and talk about free markets? Because it is a free market. If we remove this and it becomes an incentive, and you act accordingly, and a lot of the kids don't buy their textbooks because they're so incredibly expensive, and if we create this incentive, then maybe when we're looking to lower taxes on everybody and restore the California dream to everybody, then maybe they'll be amenable. So I think we should start the conversation with them. I thank you for all of the work you do. And I look forward to getting to know you. If any of you would like me to come and speak to your groups, please see me afterwards. But thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you and Godspeed.
We have a quick report from our achievement chairman, and I think all women have hot flashes. This room is cold.
It felt good to me for a while. I'm all for it.
Sarah, you already have my check, so I don't have to promise it. We've just been told how wonderful we are, how much we do, and how much we achieve. I'm the State Achievement Awards Chair. So let's go to Kentucky, let's prove it, let's get Diamond Awards. The reports are due May 1st. On the website, it says June 1st. Get them in by May 1st. That will give us a chance to go over it, give us a chance to see places you may have missed on some points so that we can get back to you and we can get it into national on time. Please go back, talk to your clubs, talk to your presidents, your Achievement Award chairs. I emailed the 3 division presidents and the 3 division Achievement Award chairs this past week, but please go back, remind your clubs, have them printed out, get started working now. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, your division Achievement Award chairs or your county presidents or regionals, but just make sure it is May 1st. Thanks, ladies.